Hello everyone, it's Lindsay, and today I'm back with another unboxing for you guys. I have the newest collection from Felicity Jane. This is Mollie. Now I know I'm a little late into the month of November sharing this with you guys. It's just, we're just getting back up to speed. I did double check. It looks like this collection is still available in the shop. Now you may have noticed, for those of you who are subscribers, there was not a kit for October, just with the shipping and, the pandemic is doing its thing with small businesses. So they skipped over. They had a kit for November. If you're a subscriber, also keep in mind that the December collection is not part of the subscription. So if you want the December collection, you want items for like a December daily project or something like that, you do have to go in and order that separate because it's a much larger kit for the month of December. So we're just trying to make the best that we can do with the pandemic and everything going on. And as for me, I have not been doing a whole lot of paper, like scrapbooking type projects. We are starting to get back to normal here. Kids are getting into projects and getting out of school, doing activities and things like that. So I will have some photos and things soon, hopefully. But I can only take so many pictures of my plants and my dog and my backyard. Right? But I do have some ideas for different ways that you can use this collection. I know I haven't shared the last couple boxes, just because I haven't been doing a whole lot of paper crafting outside of Bible journaling. I've been just trying, we're just trying to get back up to speed the way things were a couple years ago. But I have some fun ideas for this collection, and this one in particular, I've been seeing photos on Instagram and it's really stood out to me. It's probably one of my favorite collections from Felicity Jane. And so I wanted to share it with you guys before I started tearing in and using it. Now, I know a lot of people are already working on, a daily gratitude project or something like that. And so you probably have already collected some things for the month. But there's a lot of people also that aren't doing that, or maybe you're going to be taking photos for Thanksgiving and towards the end of the month. And, you don't have to document in November. It can be a couple months later you can document years past. And so I still wanted to share this collection with you guys. And there's some colors and textures and things in here that aren't just fall specific. So let's dive in. I did double check. The kit in its entirety is still available in the shop, as well as a la carte. So if you just see specific items that you like in the collection, you don't want the whole collection, you can order those individually. And I use these for traveler's notebooks, traditional scrapbooking, card making, Bible journaling. I mean, I've used Felicity Jane products for all kinds of projects. I used to be on the creative team. I did take a step down just to take a little bit of a break. I have a lot of the product I need to get through and use up, and so I just needed to take a step back. But obviously I still love their stuff because now I'm subscribed and get them monthly. That's how much I love it. So we have the Mollie collection. So we're going to start with the paper pack. So you do get a 12 by 12 paper pack. What I have here is the kit that a subscriber would get. So you can order this kit in its entirety, again, or you can order bits and pieces. So I say don't throw away your trash, use every little bit. So this piece here shows you just some swatches of the different papers that are in the paper pack. But this is great because they're scaled down. So you can use these to punch Bible tabs out of them, die cut alpha letters. I've even cut these strips and layered them behind photos. And so don't throw away your packaging from your 12 by 12s. Now these papers, like I said, are 12 by 12, but they are slightly taller than 12 by 12 because they do have the branding strip, which is a traditional branding strip on the front. But Felicity Jane does add a decorative element to the back, so you can even use the branding strip in your projects. Now, they're known for their girls, so we have Mollie this month. So each kit, each month is themed around a girl, and that's where they get the name of the collection. So there is Mollie, but they're also known for their florals and feminine details. So this first paper is Floral and Stripes. This is what I've been seeing all over Instagram. This floral, I'm obsessed with. I don't know if it's just the contrast, the colors, I don't know. I'm loving it. So these, you could fussy cut out the florals and use those as embellishments, or use the paper in its entirety. Has some little smaller scale pieces in there as well. You can also search hashtag Felicity Jane or hashtag FJ Mollie on Instagram, and it will pull up anything that anybody's posted using those hashtags. And so you can see how people are working with this collection. And you guys, it's stunning. It's absolutely beautiful. I'm so glad I got this collection. So there's floral, and then the back is an orange and pink stripe. So typically with their papers, they have kind of a pattern or a more colorful, busier front, and then a more neutral back. So what I do is I work with the collection with whatever, themed projects I have in mind, and then I separate things out by color. And so usually I can use these throughout the year. So for example, this one's gingham. So you have this kind of deep, like mustard ochre yellow on the front gingham, and then it's just a black and white Swiss dot on the back. So this obviously can be used with anything at any time, and that's kind of one thing I like about these releases and these collections, is there are some more neutral colors. There are some, fall specific type things in here, but then some other things that can be used throughout the year. So I know you may already have all your fall things brought together and have plenty of fall things, but don't pass on this collection because again, we can use it throughout the year. Another favorite paper of mine, Cross and Stems. This is like a mint green. I think why I'm so drawn to the collection this month is it's all of these like dustier, earthier colors, which if you followed me for a while, I'm all about feminine, earthy nature. That is my jam. And so this collection is right up that alley. So you have this cross paper, and then it's just a black and white leafy pattern on the background. Again, don't forget about your branding strips. Those have cute details. Sometimes they match the papers, and sometimes they're just their own patterns as well. Another beautiful paper is this kind of dusty rose spots, and then a black and white pinstripe on the back. You've got that kind of dusty rose grid at the bottom. Really, really cute. I love the textures. You'll see that throughout the embellishments this month as well. Diagonal and wood grain, so just that mustardy ochre diagonal stripe, and then a wood grain. You guys know I love wood grain. I especially love this one because this is kind of the tones of the wood furniture we've built in my house. It's kind of this color here. And then the branding strip on this one is this large scallop. So if you are a 12 by 12 gal, if you do 12 by 12 layouts, you could trim from the top and then you leave this on here and let this just be a decorative element on your page, or cut that out and use that as a decorative element. So I love just all of the attention to detail that Gina puts into these collections. It just never fails to amaze me. I'll point that out in some other things with this release as well. It's just the quality of these kits from Felicity Jane is just amazing. Sketchy stripes and leaves, so it's that mint green stripe. It's not like a perfect stripe. It's kind of a painted or line drawn stripe, so I really love that. Again, I'm all about like texture and earthy and organic looking things, and so this is perfect for that. And then leaves. Come on, how adorable is this paper? So you could fussy cut out these elements and use them as embellishments, or just use it as a pattern paper. The little polka dot acorns are so, so cute. I love the traditional kind of oranges and yellows, but then you have the pinks and that minty green color in there. Just really makes it fun, and again, stretches it to other months outside of the fall months. And then you've got that gingham at the bottom there. Then you get 2 sheets of solids. So again, these are slightly taller than 12 inches. So you have that branding strip at the bottom, which is a scallop on their solids. So I've even used these as a scallop this way, and when I'm doing traveler's notebook layouts, cutting it out and using that as adding some additional texture. They are double-sided, so you've got kind of that rusty orange, that deep golden ochre color, and then a mint and that dusty rose on the back there. These are great for those layering floral dies. I've showed those in the past. Any dies where or like the colorized dies that Tim Holtz does, any of those where you need like multiple colors. I love using the Felicity Jane solids for that because they coordinate well together. You're getting a solid, and they're prettier colors than your traditional, rainbow straight jewel tone colors. They are softer and more feminine. So these are great for those types of dies. So there's a look at the 12 by 12 paper pack. Again, you can order that individually outside of the kit, or maybe you want an extra pack with your kit. You can definitely do that as well. Next up are the journaling cards. Felicity Jane journaling cards are some of my favorites to use in Bible journaling. They are 3x4 sized, but what makes them nice is that they've got a decorative front, but the back is just a dot or line grid in gray. So if you're doing some more private prayer journaling or note taking, you want to create little tip-ins or pockets in your Bible, this gives you an area on the back that's very easy to journal on. And then you've got a decorative front, so you could even have it tucked in there and people don't even know that you've got your journaling on the back side, which is nice. So these are great for that, or pocket scrapbooking if that's what you do. I've also used these to mat behind photos in traveler's notebooks. And so, don't just have to use them for pocket scrapbooking. These can be used in a variety of ways. Even card making, you can use these as layering elements on the front of a card. So you've got sweater weather, which is super cute. Another feature that I like about the Felicity Jane journaling cards is that they are a mix of kind of statement cards. So you don't even have to do anything to this card. It's good to go. But they also have some that have areas open for journaling or for stamping or embellishment. So you can kind of customize and dress it up. And you already kind of have a base, which is nice. You've got some room for stamping or adding titles, things like that. So I love the thought that goes into their journaling cards. You get 12 of these. Some of them you'll see have smaller scaled down versions of the papers. This one is that floral paper, but it also has kind of a pink dot pattern in the background as well. So love that. I also love anything that is office supplies. So ledger paper, library cards. I know everybody's kind of going nuts for this style the last couple years. And so this paper is super cute. Again, you've got some, areas that you can fill in and then just journal on the front there. Don't be afraid to cut these apart. So you could cut out this acorn and use that as an embellishment. You can die cut out of these things. So if you're not, used to using journaling cards, if that's not really your style, these can act as just small pattern papers as well, and you can die cut images out of them. So just a lot of different ways that you can use the journaling cards. So again, you get 12 of those. I usually, when I'm done with the collection, I store these next to my typewriter. So I've got them all ready to go. I can just pull one out, add some journaling, and add it to a project, and I'm good to go. I've done them a variety of ways. I've stored them by kit name. I've stored them by color. I've stored them by type. So there's, you just kind of have to figure out storage that works for you. Everybody's going to be different, whether they like it by color or, florals and lines and, however it might work for you. Okay, I said that this collection is full of textures. I think that's why I love fall so much, is because all the textures come out. You have burlap and twine and crunchy leaves and cozy sweaters, and I just love that. And so this is corduroy hearts. You get 6 pieces in here. You guys, these are so adorable. So you get 3 small, 3 big, in the pink, green, and yellow, and it is corduroy. So we've seen felt, we've seen vellum, but the corduroy is just a super fun texture. You could layer these if you wanted to. They are a little dimensional, so if you're using it in your Bible, but they are flexible and they're not super, super thick. I would say these are even probably thinner than some of the felt products that we've gotten from different companies for Bible journaling, and so it's not going to add a whole lot of bulk to your page. Now, when it comes to attaching these, I would recommend using a liquid adhesive. I like Barely Arts Precision Glue. This one dries pretty quick, and so I don't have to worry about waiting for things to dry, and it doesn't soak through the paper. It's not sitting there drying, taking forever to dry, so it's soaking through the paper and making the paper all wrinkly. It dries pretty quick, so I like this. If you're using an adhesive tape runner, this is probably not going to work real well with these because they have so much texture and fuzz to them. They're not going to adhere down super well, so just keep that in mind. You can also use a tiny attacher, stitch them on. They are just such a cute texture element. You guys know, especially in Bible journaling, I love texture. There's something about feeling things that helps commit the verses to my memory even more as I'm creating that page. And so I'm a very tactile person. So these are right up my alley. Now, I did not check to see if these are sold out. If they aren't, I imagine that they will sell out because they're just so different and super cute. So maybe just go and grab a whole bunch of these to have in your stash. Next up are chipboard stickers. These Oh my gosh, I'm obsessed with these. I need these in all kinds of colors. I don't know if it's just because they're different from, we haven't seen this before, but they are little hexy stickers. So if you're working through like the Creative Retreat Hives and Homes kit, that one's got a very bees and honeycomb. There's a honeycomb stencil in there, some little hexy stickers. This would pair really well with that. Now the colors aren't a total match. This yellow probably would work, and then there's some neutrals in here that would work, and then you've got some fall colors for other projects, but you get 96 pieces. So there are plenty of little hexies in here. I think it'd be fun to mix and match this with a stencil or some of those larger hexy stickers and then have these. This is also a nice change up from enamel stickers. So if you find that you're using a lot of enamel sticker embellishments in projects, these are a gloss finish. So they just add something kind of shiny. I like that these are matte. So it's just something a little bit different, very small and delicate. Variety of colors. They are chipboard, so they do have some dimension to them. Again, if you're working in a traveler's notebook or in your journaling Bible and you're worried about dimension and chunky things, you can take apart chipboard. So if you peel away the back layers of the chipboard and just leave that front colored layer, and then you just use your own adhesive to stick it down, that reduces some of the bulk if you're concerned about that. But these aren't super terribly bulky. They're just so cute. Very fun, very different. And again, colors that go with fall, you've got the yellow and the orange, but there's pinks and neutrals and that minty green in there as well that you can use throughout the year. Some spring colors in there and with other kits and collections as well. Next, we have the tag set. Now, I was seeing these on Instagram, and again, just love the attention to detail that Felicity Jane has. So you get 6 pieces. These are cardstock. It's a nice thick cardstock, but she's also attached the hardware to them. So it's a gold hardware hole reinforcer. So it's just, it makes beautiful for gift wrapping. I have gift wrapped it out of the papers. I've used the digital products to create gift wrap. Created little gift bags with die cuts and things like that. It's just so feminine. It looks like you put a lot of thought into your gift wrap, and you didn't really have to because they're just standalone pieces. So these would be great for that, but they're also great because they're blank on the back. So if you wanted to use these in Bible journaling and have a journaling card, or maybe you want to add some fabric to the top and let that be your tab at the top of the page. So lots of different ways to use these tags. Again, you do get 6. You have this really beautiful fall wreath, that buffalo plaid, floral, again, some neutrals in here, so not super specific to fall colors. And then you've got that stripe and then the dot. So I love that there's a mix of fall, but then some neutrals in there as well. So you can get a lot of use out of your Felicity Jane products. One thing that I like to do is I have these clear acrylic drawers, and when I'm done with the collection, I separate it out by color and store these on my desk. So I've got all of these bits and pieces that if I'm just looking for a finishing detail on a page, or I need some more, elements for a cluster, I can just kind of go through, pick the color, and then I've got a variety. I've got chipboard in here, die cuts. Sometimes I cut apart the stickers and put them in here, ribbons. And so this is how I like to store my Felicity Jane products. And then they're just right there where I can grab them and add them to different projects that I'm working on. Next, for fun texture, we have chipboard frames. So you get 6 of these. These are super cute. So they're kind of a Polaroid style frame. Again, you've got some neutral pieces in there. Mine I stored for a while I was waiting to film, so that's okay. We'll fix those. The hole in here is just under 2 1/4. It's probably like 2 1/8 by just over a 2 1/4. So it's not a perfect square. It's more of a rectangle shape on the inside, but it is a Polaroid style. So you've got that wider bottom piece. So you can add, maybe you want to type out some journaling or type out some word fetty, add some, little details to the front. You definitely can do that. Don't think that these just have to be over the top of photos. So you can layer these, create a fun kind of background element. Maybe you want to frame in phrases or journaling or words, so it doesn't just have to be for photos. Again, with chipboard elements, if you're using them in your Bible or a traveler's notebook, you can peel away the back layers of the chipboard and then just adhere them down. These are not a sticker. And so you can use whatever adhesive that you want on the back side there, but you get 6 of those. So cute. I love how each month Felicity Jane gives us, you typically get papers, die cuts, stamps, alphas, but the rest of the embellishments are always kind of a surprise. They change it up with what they do, so you get a lot of different things. So it keeps it fresh and new. It doesn't get stale. You're not just using the same types of embellishments each and every month with their collections. Next, we have the 4x6 stamp set. So again, attention to detail. They are stored or come in these really nice plastic sleeves that are thicker than traditional, plastic packaging. So you can actually store them in these sleeves. I do believe they sell the sleeves in packets in the shop as well. So if you want to store other stamp sets in them, you can do that. So here is Mollie 4x6. We've got lots of words and phrases in there. One thing I really like about Felicity Jane's stamps is the quality. It's that stiffer stamp, so you get really crisp detail when you're stamping these smaller, more detailed words and phrases. It doesn't smush down and fuzz out. You get nice crisp. It looks just like it does printed on the paper. You've got these really pretty scripty words, fall and thankful, give me all the sweaters, #blessed, my greatest blessings. So there are some phrases in here that you can use with Bible journaling, and then of course some that are great for memory keeping. So I like that there's kind of a mix, and I like to find fun, creative, kind of think out of the box ways to use even those memory keeping phrases in my Bible journaling as well. And then you've got these two kind of floral elements. These are great for adding just a punch of contrast behind a paper cluster. So if I'm working in my Bible journal, you've probably seen this quite a bit, where I'll create a paper cluster and then I'll add either a stamped floral or black splatters, something like that. So stamping these in like a deep brown or a black just adds a fun little detail behind your, textured, crazy little cluster. So those are great for that, but also mixing and matching. So if you've got other Felicity Jane stamp sets, a lot of them have floral elements. And so as you collect these, you've got a lot of elements that are kind of similarly sized. So if you like to do stamp masking and kind of stamp out floral clusters, you can really build those out with the various pieces that you get each month with their stamps. Also, if your name is Mollie, you get your name in a stamp as well. So the name of the kit is turned into a stamp as well. I've got a fly that I thought I got rid of the first time that I tried to film this, but he is back. So I apologize for that. We got 2 seconds of sunny weather here in California and the flies came out. Okay, next up we have the die cut elements. So again, each month the kits are kind of themed around a girl. So this is Mollie. There is a stamp of Mollie that you can purchase separate from the kit. Those go pretty quick, but each month they come out with those stamps. So maybe if you've got a little girl that likes to do little paper dolls, maybe you like to build out your collection. I have those I store all together. So I've got all these fun little girls. So you can find one that you kind of resonate with that maybe looks like you. And they're just kind of just fun to add into your different projects. They're cute. So we've got Mollie this month. I love how she is dressed. I wish I could just get a wardrobe to come along with my kit that matches the girl, because they're always so stylish and fun. Die cut pieces. So we've got lots of different sized elements. So you've got some floral bits, you've got some labels, leaves and pumpkins, super cute. So you've got a mix again of like, really fall themed, but then some not so fall themed phrases. You've got these little clipboard tags. These are cute. They look like they have stitching detail, but it's just printed on there, but you could very easily go in with your sewing machine and add stitching detail to the top of that. Again, attention to detail. So I love this about Gina. With the pandemic and everything that happened, we skipped a kit in the month of October. So if you've been following along this month, each month the die cuts have included a little ticket with a number that corresponds with the month, right? January 1, February 2, so on and so forth. So even though we missed October, she included the number 10 in this kit, so you will not be missing a number for the year. So you've got 10 and 11 in here. So again, you can use these to identify the month, but they're also just fun little layering elements. I love the colors. I love that, like, kind of, it's more of like a charcoal black. It's not a true deep, deep, deep black. And then the pinks and that mint, but then you've got that rusty orange color to go along with it. So, so cute. Again, another one of those little tags, more pumpkins, and then you've got lots of hearts, polka dot hearts. You've got some photo corners. You've got tabs and labels. You've got little word fetty words. These are cute: family, home, and friends. You've got some of these elements. You can kind of build out your floral cluster if you wanted to. These are also great for layering behind photos and just adding little details. So I love the little floral bits that they include. So there is a look at the die cuts. Now these do have a matte finish to them, but when stamping, I do like to use a stamp positioning tool just so that I'm not worried about slipping and sliding on them. I also like to stamp in archival or STAIS-on ink. You can stamp with VersaFine. Just keep in mind that because it's a pigment, it takes a little bit longer to dry, so there's a greater chance that you're gonna smear it. So I like to use you know, a dye base, something like that that's gonna dry pretty quick so I don't have to worry about smearing it on those die cuts. Last but not least, we have the chipboard alpha this month. Now this is one that I think we all need in our stash. I love that it's this kind of charcoal gray, so neutral, can pair with any kit or collection. It's got a grid pattern, and the font is a super simple sans serif uppercase font. You've also got 2 sets of numbers. You do have some punctuation in here as well, and you've got multiple of each letter with extras of the vowels. Again, attention to detail, I love it. So there's a look at the Mollie Chipboard Alpha. They are stickers and they are chipboard. So again, if you want less dimension, you just peel off those back layers of chipboard and then use your own adhesive to adhere them down. I like these kind of sans serif, more narrow fonts. They're great for journaling Bibles, because if you're worried about covering the text, you can fit bigger words in the margins when they are these kind of taller, more narrow fonts. So there is the Mollie Chipboard Alpha. So there is a look at the Mollie Collection. Again, there's also traveler's notebooks and A5 notebooks and bow clips and the girl stamps, other things that release with the kit as add-on items. So you can go check that out. Don't forget to take a look at the winter collection. I am passing on the December collection this year. I have had Felicity Jane winter collections the last 3 years and I've not used them up. So I'm challenging myself to use my stash this year, but it was very tempting to pick up some of the December products. So there won't be a December unboxing, but definitely check those out as well. I will have it linked down below. And I try to share when there's sales and things like that over on Instagram as well, so stay tuned for that. But there's a look at Mollie. If you have any questions or comments, be sure to leave those down below. Check out that description box for links to everything. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to my channel if you're not already subscribed. And until next time, thank you so much. Bye-bye.